Hey, everybody, welcome to our April recap and May challenge. So, with us, as always, Coach to the Zag, Coach Jess, welcome from Athletic
Thanks, Sam.
Mentors. And then, of course, our own Ariah Daniels, who is such a great influence to us all in focusing on health, wellness, fresh back from wherever. Ariah Daniels, welcome.
Thanks, Sam.
So we got to figure out who won the plank challenge. By the way, I did see on TikTok and some other of Zeigler's social media some very creative attempts to replicate the plank challenge. In particular, the Zeigler Kalamazoo Marathon. Right? Any favorite stuff you saw on social out there?
So it was really funny. At one point during the month, I don't know if it was Sven who started it, that he has a pug and his pug was on top of him while he was planking. And then I saw Jess. Jess did it with her dog. And then I attempted it with my 80-pound golden doodle and it didn't work. So
that should be the next challenge. Plank with your pug. And the bigger the
is really what it was.
Yes, the bigger the dog, the tougher the challenge. Well, Ariah, let's go to it. Who are our winners for the plank challenge?
Do it. Awesome. So April final leaderboard you can see here. So in 10th place for the April plank challenge, we had Dan Brubaker. In 9th, Wes Giancola. 8th, Brent Warner. 7, Sven Sorensen. 6 was Matt Thomas. And then our top 5 here. So in 5th place, Derek Jones. 4th, Anthony Paramo. 3rd, Mark Kapraski. In 2nd here, Steve Masinger. And then in 1st place, I feel like we should wait to announce that verbally here. Beth Callaward. I'm so excited to celebrate with her. If you see this number here, you see this number, 10,406 seconds. And Jess and I just got done doing the math on this. And Beth, if we added it up, has planked over the course of April almost 3 hours in total.
Yep.
Well, can we bring them all? Let's bring them all on, shall we? And let's have a conversation about this plank challenge. Planking a pug? It's insane. Welcome, everybody. Ariah.
Welcome. Thank you all for being here. So I know I see Sven, Matt, Derek, Dan, who I've got a beef to have with for this month, kicking me out of top 10. But Derek, Matt, Sven, Mark, Steve, all of you, thank you so much for joining us. So this was a fun challenge. Can I just say that this was probably the most energetic and really engaging challenge I've seen us have across Team Zeigler for a while. So I want to just hear number 1 from a couple of you guys. Specifically, I have to call out Dan really quick. So Dan texted me this morning and he was like, how did I get into top 10? Well, Dan and I were going back and forth between 10 and 11th. So Dan, were you up late last night putting some planks together that I just didn't see, or what's happening?
I was not up late last night doing planks. However, I did forget to log my my planks from Wednesday on this year. So that might have been how it happened. But
he snuck up on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sorry about
I'm
that.
seeing that as some of the strategy is people just kind of hold off towards the end, but too funny. I'm just giving you a hard time. You earned it, which is awesome. So how about from anyone else? I would love to hear from any of you that are on here. How do you feel leaving April, having done as many seconds of logging of planks that you've done? What did you guys notice? How you feel? Do you feel any different? Anyone want to answer that? I'm going to go pick on Sven right now. So Sven, you tell me. Sven, talk to us. And Sven, it was so nice to connect with you at the marathon day, but would love to hear a little bit about your journey. And I forget exactly where you placed for our plank challenge. If anyone else can tell me, or maybe what was it like for you in April?
I think I was in 6th or 7th. Well,
okay.
The other day I haven't done sit-ups in probably 20 years, to tell you the truth. And towards the end of this plank challenge, I was like, let me see how many sit-ups I can do. I could do 30 sit-ups just because of this plank challenge. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, I haven't done, like I said, I haven't done sit-ups in 20 years. So I was really impressed with myself after being able to do that. So I was pretty excited.
Yeah. Congratulations. That's awesome. How about anyone else? Steve, you want to chime in?
Definitely trying out different variations to keep it interesting. See how much longer you can go. Doing some side planks, on the elbows, and just just trying different things and keeping it interesting. So definitely feel the core sides and the front, the back. I'm burning. I'm glad the challenge is over for the month.
Steve, what was the longest plank you held? What did you get up to?
Oh, I think I was like at 6 minutes and 10 seconds.
Awesome.
Wow. A 6-minute plank?
That's great. I'm gonna pick
Wow.
on Matt. I think Matt Thomas told me that he was getting up there for as long of a hold that he could get. Matt, what was it? What was the longest you could hold at one time?
Yeah, like four and a half minutes was my longest. So
4.5.
it was burning, but it was worth it. I was just trying to catch Derek, and I couldn't catch him. So
I think the world record is like 24 hours, isn't it, or something crazy like that?
Something
It
crazy.
is pretty crazy. It's definitely, I want to say it's 8 hours. I don't think it's quite a 24 hours, but yeah, 8 hours still too long to hold a plank.
So, Ariah and Jess, can we ask Beth how on earth she keeps winning all these contests? What's your secret? So the step challenge, the whatever it is, Beth seems to crush it, Beth. Are you doing planks between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m.? Is that what's going on here?
No, but it's hard to find time. Just, you start and then somebody interrupts you. Or
Yes.
like my dog wasn't on top. He's underneath. He's jumping and moving. I'm like, stop.
Yeah.
So then you have to stop and then or I'm shutting the door, locking him out. And last night then when everyone was like, oh, you're going to win. And they're like, it's not over yet. So I'm up late doing
Yeah.
Good for you.
I will say this. I caught Beth planking around her office too. I was like, "What do you do?" Like, she's like, "I would go steal Sam's office and just plank in there for a little bit."
And
well, I had 10 hours coming home yesterday in the car, and then it's like it's late night, and I'm doing it. My husband's like, "Get to bed." I'm like, "No, it's the last day.
I don't want to lose. So Dan Brubaker, we always talk about how these health challenges help us connect better and deliver better on our ultimate automotive experience mission statement. How did this plank challenge do that for you? How are you better able to meet our customers where they want to be met because of the plank challenge?
Not wanting to give up. The planks were at counting the seconds. This here, but ultimately is pushing yourself forward to always do best this year. But ultimately, as you're doing these challenges and you're seeing yourself exceed this year, it's like, okay, well, how much further can I go for that customer this year to earn their business or make it right for them in a good experience.
And we can all acknowledge here, Ariah and Jess, Subaru Maryville crushed some records this month. So I'm thinking that the plank challenge got you guys strong to the point you connected with customers in an incredible way, and you just crushed your goal. Mark, how would you answer that same question? How did the plank challenge make you better able to deliver to customers this past month?
Well, it's just staying focused,
going
through everything that we have to do on a daily basis and just still pushing to make more.
Yeah.
We're reading, in Z-Force, we're reading a book, One More, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And I kind of incorporated that into my step challenge and then also the plank challenge as well. And, I held second for a long time until, and then I was like, I conceded first and second. I was like, okay, I'm not going to keep chasing this. My body can't do it.
The Power of One More is an incredible book, and it's a great thing when we think about this challenge. So, Ariah and Jess, before we clear the stage, when we think about all the challenges we've had the marathon, we've had minutes to work out, we've had the plank challenge, we've had the step challenge, we've had a contest with Stryker. I'm feeling frazzled because we've had so much over the past month. Jess, will you tell us what's coming up in the month of May, and let's get a response from everybody here on the stage. We'll bring you guys back in just a moment. Jess, let's go through what the challenge is for this next month.
So May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So we wanted to do a challenge that was geared towards that. So we're doing something a little different. We have minutes for me, or I guess I should say minutes for you. You will track the number of minutes that you spend taking time for yourself to unplug, unwind, focus on that self-care. 1 point for each minute. You'll track those in the AM Coached app just as you normally do. Here's some ideas that can count towards those minutes. exercise, any type, stretching, so walking away from your desk just to stretch for a couple minutes, reading, meditation, breath work, massage therapies, journaling, just reflection, gratitude, being outdoor in nature, gardening, disconnecting from tech, especially if that's something that we are on all day long. Any kind of hobbies that you might have, adult coloring book, puzzles, any kind of brain teasers, even just listening to a podcast.
I love
so
it.
there's lots of opportunities.
And we know a couple good podcasts, right, Ariah? So I have a question, Ariah. You practice this. At the Zeigler Auto Group, we're super competitive. And when we think about minutes for me, some of us are probably rolling their eyes and going, oh no, here's the throwaway contest. Why is this important, and why does this resonate with us at the Zeigler Auto Group, Ariah?
This one is so big for me, and it's something that I've had to really be cognizant in spending some time in and being intentional about it, because let's face it, all of us on this call and all of us out who are watching, we're all busy, right? We all use that kind of excuse. We're so busy. We're taking time to take care of everyone else around us. And I know those of you who have kiddos at home, just doing what you can to show up and be your best parent and best self, right, for them. So obviously I always operate on the way, like I can't pour from an empty cup, right? So I always feel like I've got to do what I can to take care of myself mentally and emotionally, spiritually, physically, in order to show up and take care of those people around us. And I think that's just something that it takes us to pause, right? We've got to pause and be able to look around us and say, hey, where is it that I can just slow down for a second and take some time for me? And it can be something as little as like what Jess said, like taking literally 20 seconds to pause and say, hey, I'm grateful for this, or feeling positive about this, whatever it is, or it's going for a walk, like whatever that looks like to anyone. The matter of it is just being intentional so that we can better show up for everyone else when we're clear state of mind.
Well, this is an exciting challenge for the month. Jess, you had something else to say, because I want to bring Beth up and I want to ask her how she's going to win this. And then let's find out from everyone else how they're going to deny her. Coach Jess.
I just wanted to say, and Ariah hit it right on, you can't pour from a cup, that's not full. And taking care of yourself, practicing that self-care, it's not selfish. It's actually selfless, because that's the only way you're going to be able to take care of others. So have to do it.
All right, Ariah, can we bring Beth up? Let's find out. Beth, how are you going to win this contest? Then let's hear how everybody else is going to deny it. Because when's the last contest you haven't won? You won all these mostly. I love it.
I didn't win the step challenge this last time, because the gentleman from Granville who walks the marathon a day.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
But
Come
I
on.
think this is going to be great, because now I have an excuse. I can tell my husband, I need to read. I need to work on my puzzle. It's a challenge.
I need to go get a massage.
Yes, please.
I'm only trying to win this challenge.
All right, Derek, how are you gonna deny Beth the win, Derek?
I'm going to let Beth have this one.
Oh, no. All right, Sven, are you committed?
Oh, I'm definitely committed on this one.
Go ahead.
I'm all over this one. I'm all about self-care. My wife's a therapist, and she preaches this to my family every day, all day long. So I'm all over this one.
That's awesome. Well, hey, as we think about this challenge, self-care, and we think about the big event that we just went through, the Zeigler Kalamazoo Marathon, wanted to give Matt Thomas a minute to tee us up. We have a date for 2024. So part of your self-care this month could be what's the word called when you sit quietly? Meditating. You could meditate. You could think about what the distance is you're going to run next year. Sven, Derek, so many of you that we saw at the marathon, Beth and others, it was just an incredible event. So, Matt, why don't you walk us through 2024?
Yeah, Sam, thanks. We have announced our date for next year, and that is May 5th, 2024. And that whole weekend is going to be another celebration. And we're going to continue to set records and have the community get involved, and all of our Zeigler team members. For those of you that you are watching now, our Zeigler team member discount codes are already reactivated, which means you can register today for 2024. They are activated. Use those same store codes to get registered. And we're looking forward to seeing all of Team Zeigler out there again next year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And Matt, one of my favorite bits of news is the marathon is a week later this year because, for heaven's sakes, we got to find warmth, Sven. Sven, we were freezing, weren't we?
Yeah, it was cold. Yeah, it was cold.
It was a cold
So
day.
Ariah and I did the live stream, and there was snow at the start of the live stream, Ariah, yeah?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
All right,
Definitely
Matt,
cold.
what's your prediction for temperatures for next year?
Oh, we're going to be 60s. We're going to be in the
Perfect.
60s, which is kind of that sweet spot for us all.
Perfect. Derek, you had a comment? Derek raised his hand. I swear he had a comment. Maybe he
Oh, I
didn't. He
think he
couldn't
might
hear
have
me.
frozen. Oh, there.
There's two things, Sam. One, obviously, congratulations to Beth, but I wanted to know, how badly do your ribs hurt?
Oh, good question.
How badly what?
Do your ribs
Do
hurt?
your ribs,
My ribs hurt, but also my shoulders.
I bet.
You know, just from that, you're not used to doing that. But that was one thing that I really like to work on is my core, and I'm trying to do better on it. So for me, this was a great thing to work on besides doing the usual crunches and sit-ups and that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm like, oh, I see a difference. And I may even continue to do it this month just because I enjoyed it.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Love
and
to
then
hear it.
suggestion for Matt on our Zeigler Kalamazoo Marathon for next year. It does land on Cinco de Mayo, and I think that Ariah would agree that the spirit station that we should add would be a frozen margarita shot on the mile 18, mile 20.
Yes. Yes.
So
Or a
We're gonna
taco
have
station.
We're going to have
I'd be
something
down.
that's going to be fun around that for sure. There's no doubt.
That's
Love
great. All right, it's a plan. Ariah, last word. Take us home.
Man, I'm really excited to see our Minutes for Me May challenge. So I'm going to challenge everyone on this call and everyone who's tuned in. Take a deep breath and find some time to make for yourself so that you can continue to show up, not only for yourself and you, but everyone within Team Zeigler and all of our customers. And let's crush May.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
We're
See you
back.
next month. Thanks, Coach Jess.